Hello folks! It has been a while, but I think I'm kind of back. I'm not really sure yet where I'm gonna bring my channel, my content towards. Some of you have recommended me to do early career tips and advice, and some of you have also told me that my life as a traveling sales is really interesting, that I get to visit, different places across Indonesia, and just like a very different lifestyle to what most people have in their corporate job. So yeah, I guess be on the lookout for it. But hello. It's so weird to say welcome back because I feel like it's more of me welcoming myself back to this channel and just sitting down and recording this video, because it has been a while. It has really been a while and I feel very awkward talking to the camera, but I hope I'll do this comeback video a bit of justice. I want to share some updates and just a chat basically on how being in corporate in the past 3 years has been for me, how it has changed me, and what I do. A lot of you actually ask me what do I actually do for work, and I actually still get quite a lot of LinkedIn messages when people kind of found out where I work and what I do on the title. So I guess I'll just take the time to kind of brief you on what happened. So I graduated back in 2022 and I started working Jan 23, and I've been in the same company ever since. I wouldn't name names because I don't know if I can do it, but it is one of the biggest finance, tech, / also news media company. If you are in the industry, I think you would know what it is or who I'm referring to or what I'm referring to. I work as sales. Basically, I hold a portfolio of clients who use our product across Indonesia, and I travel an awful lot. By awful lot, I mean I travel 3 weeks in a month, and that is 3 weeks back and forth. So flying Monday, coming back Thursday for 3 weeks. And I repeat that for the entirety of the year, except for when there are public holidays, of course. If you ask me what a day-to-day look like, on the days where I do fly for work, this is what it looks like. I fly, I go to client side, I do admin stuff, I fly back. Sometimes I reach home at like 11, 12 at night. In that regards, there are pros and cons. I just learned to, and still do learn to enjoy the good parts, to accept the not so good parts, i.e. the tiredness and the lethargy that comes with it. Like just yesterday I was sleeping probably 12 plus hours just because I was just too tired, but today I'm back on and I'm recording this video. So it's about balancing out the different aspects. I don't know how else to kind of explain it, but that's just how it feels right now for me. Before I move on, I also want to share that this video is sponsored by Gaston Luga. Thanks to the Gaston Luga team for sending me this bag. For your information, Gaston Luga is a brand from Stockholm, Sweden, and they feature a series of minimalist Scandinavian design, perfect for daily use, work, and travel, and that is pretty much what I do. I work and travel for work, so I've been wearing this for the past week. It is a perfect size to bring your necessities, your laptop, your work notes, and even all these little trinkets and items. And it's really just essential for me when I travel that I get a very compact bag because I move around so much. And so I've been loving this, and I have a 15% coupon code if you want to check them out. It is VRECOS. I'm just going to be putting it here and also in the description box. The one that I got for myself is this backpack called Splash. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, and it's a 13-inch one. They have a bigger one, but I found this to be the perfect size for me. And a lot of people actually ask me whether it is a dream job for me. Do I like it? What's the plans? I think when you're in uni and you are still in this sort of education kind of bubble, it's, I would say, easier to decide where to go next because it's pretty linear, generally speaking. I'm not saying it is the case for everyone. I guess with work and adulting, if you look at an equation of what life is, you just have more and more variables. Maybe you start off with 1 or 2 and then the rest are just constant. Maybe those are the things that the adult in your life are thinking, i.e. for example money, but when you go into the workforce and you become an adult, those things that were a constant to you before becomes your variable, meaning for example now you have to take care of your own finances and things like that. And to me, the route to what's next becomes more blurred, it becomes more complicated in some ways, because then if you think about whether you want to pursue a certain role or move to a certain company or pivot your career, you suddenly have a lot more in your plate to kind of consider, versus when you were still in like university. But yeah, I guess that's sort of the main difference. When you become an adult, you just have more variables. I don't know yet where I will be heading to. My role right now is very general. I would say I'm more of a generalist, and my skill sets are mostly around sales and actually teaching, because I have to train clients all the time on how to better use our product. And I also have to gain some understanding of like economic concepts and also the different workflows out there, depending on your role. So for example, if you're a trader versus if you are an analyst in a securities firm versus if you are an IR in corporations, I have to be more flexible and agile in shifting from one context to another. I guess just do my readings and learning on my own time, and through conversing with my clients on what is it that they do and what matters to them, and bringing the best kind of workflow solution for them. Is this my dream job? I think the more that I do this job, or being in corporate generally for the past 3 years, the more I realize that I don't think there's such a thing as dream job, or maybe there is, but it is really, really special and rare. To some people, if you do have dream jobs and you are in a dream job, truthfully, like really in your heart, you feel like it is what you expect it to be. Wow, like hats off to you, congratulations. But I think from the majority of people that I speak to and from my own experience, I kind of get hit with the reality that I guess most of us live in this, if you think about like a Venn diagram, you kind of live in this Venn diagram, which is like your work is a means to an end, and that end can be anything else. And for some other people, the lucky few, I would say, the job in itself is their end and they really enjoy doing it. And there are another sort of lucky bunch where there are parts of their work that is just means to an end, but they get to marry some part of their work in that little area in the Venn diagram where they take enjoyment out of what they do, but not the entirety of their job, if that makes sense. For me, I'm probably a little bit more on this side, with a little bit of a shaded area in the middle, where when I studied development, I really enjoyed learning about sustainable development. And truthfully, I think that was one of the courses that really stuck with me because of how relevant and how real the impact is. Like, I could really feel it. So I still keep on doing it even now, and still I still want to be involved in that matter, although I'm not an expert, but I do sort of insert myself in a lot of projects that are revolving around that. So apart from my main job, I actually took on an additional role where I advocate for ESG and sustainability solutions that we have, and to get people to kind of push it out to clients as well. So that is how I try to maintain these two things. So yeah, that's kind of the update of where I am now. I still do essay review. I think that's another part of my life that gives me joy and brings me that sense of, like I'm bringing value to the world that I'm in, to the society that I operate in, and that gives me a lot of joy. And I think that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of restart this. Although I really don't have a blueprint in terms of where it's going, I probably will just continue to document my life and share it with you. Anyways, a closing remark. 3 years in, I have, I think, changed a lot as a person, and I get stretched a lot, especially in the skill sets that I felt like I wouldn't really feel that much comfortable to like do in the beginning. I do think that my social battery is expanded without my consent, but I just really had to do it because of the nature of my job. I do think that the learning curve is plateauing a little bit, but there are still things that I can learn. So, the saying goes, when you are in a job, you have to either earn or learn, or both, ideally. And, it's time to move on if it's no longer the two that you're getting. I'm still getting both, thankfully. But yeah, I'm excited to be sharing more again on what I've learned and what I think I can share to the world out there. And do let me know in the comment if you think there are certain topics that I can share more about. I'll be happy to share what I know. So yeah, that is the end. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.